Hey, everybody, welcome into the building. This was a little last minute impromptu to just come through and say hey to y'all. Now, listen, I got new specs. Are y'all ready to hear this new story? This little story about my new specs. As you come in the building, don't forget, don't be sneaking on my train now. Do not sneak on the train. Gonna have to call security, okay? You need to hit that like button because that like button is your ticket on this train. And you know what, LaDon, thank you so much because you know what we got to do over here in order to get this whole thing started. We got to put a what in the chat? A choo choo. And then I can say, what, y'all? All aboard, everybody. Now, listen, we're not used to pulling off the train on a Saturday, especially this late in the day. But hey, sometimes we got to do something just a little bit different. And you know what? When I do something different, I can always depend on my monthly ticket holder to come and catch this train with me. Okay, she might have been running late, but we didn't pull out the station just yet. So I'm going to bring our monthly ticket holder in the building. Hey, Robin.
Hey, I just made it.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad you made it. Choo
Me
choo.
too.
Listen, let me tell you. Thank you, Linky. Yes. And let me tell you something, okay? Oh, Hawaiian for Lynette. Oh, well, look at that. Well, hey, Lynette, I like it. I love it a lot. So, listen, guys, I needed a new pair of glasses. And I was determined to get red. Do you remember, Robin? It was a long time ago. What's the talk show host name?
Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
Thank you, boo. That's why I love you. That's why you're here, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn. Listen, so Sally Jesse Raphael always had these signature red glasses. I was determined to go to the store and get some red glasses. But when I went there and I tried on the red glasses, the guy in the store was like, he wasn't crazy about it. I told him, you know what I do? I only need them to read. Because I could drive without glasses. I just needed to read, like to see like small words and stuff. And so
Mhm,
when I
mhm.
tried on these, he said, that is it. I said, okay, listen, I do a little YouTube channel. I'm gonna tell the people that you picked these out for me. He was like, no, those are it. So these are it. These are my new specs for right now. Probably interchange between the both of them. Thank you, Nubian Mahogany. Thank you. So I did a little bit of errands, okay? Did a little bit of errands today. I'm still got a little bit more to do, but I figured let me pop on, chat with y'all for a hot minute. I got a haircut, so I'm good. I'm not doing too bad with the errands. I still gotta get some important stuff like food, but it's okay. And so before we get into this train ride, let me give a couple more updates. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna tell the guy at my local lens crafter that y'all approve, okay? Y'all approve of the glasses. So a couple of things I want to just tell people of. If you watch with us, Love and Marriage DC, you know we recap that show over here. The Grade Tribe, we get into it. Well, the Tylers will be here this up and coming Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look forward to joining me as we interview the Tylers. Listen, thank you, everybody. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for saying my glasses are cute. Okay. And so also we are going to be reviewing this book over here. Does everyone see that? 8 Rules of Love. Listen, we all got, situations with love where you gotta love your friends, your family, your mate, whatever. Okay. This Jay Shetty, he wrote a book, 8 Rules of Love. He has a lot of YouTube videos. Okay. Very smart guy. So we're going to be recapping this. I'll let you know more about that. Hey, say less. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, my local lens crafter, they're the ones that picked these out for me. So, thank you. Truly appreciate it. So I think that is all of our little recaps there. So we're the Tigers are coming to us on Wednesday. I hope you'll join us. Don't forget, hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Okay. We want you to become a subscriber. And I'll be recapping this book with Royer. We'll let you know more details soon. Okay, but get the book. I got my book at the local Barnes and Noble. I get a little 10% discount. I don't think, let me see, it says in here $28.99. It's not bad, right? That's not bad for a book. Okay, so we're gonna learn about love. Okay, we got love on each other over here. So we got a book that came out, and we're gonna see if this book helps us. Okay, so we're on. Thank you, Auntie Robin, for joining this train ride. It looks like we're about to pull off with just me and you, okay? We about to get into this. So everybody put a little choo-choo in the chat, and we're about to talk about these trending topics for today. Now, if y'all remember, we're going to start out, Auntie Robin, with Madonna. Remember, she went to the Grammys. She appeared to have gotten some... to some people, I'm going to say a botched, procedures done on her face. She looked totally different. The people was losing their mind and saying, oh my God, look at Madonna. What is she doing? Look at Madge. Has she lost her everlasting mind? Okay, she's in her 60s. So Madge is about to go on tour, and she heard the people. And her feelings was just a tad bit hurt. Okay, she was a little hurt. Her feelings was a little hurt. She heard the people, and so she decided that, you know what, I want my original face back. I don't want, all of this, fillers or whatever she got going on in her face. She wants her original face back. So let's just let's share screen here. See what happened with Madge here. Okay. So she first went after the Grammy, she was 10 toes down. Said y'all was age shaming her. Okay. You saying all kinds of things about her. But now she's not so much so. It hurt her. So Madonna is desperate, they said, to return to her natural face ahead of a world tour. Report said this is from there, right? So it says Madonna is looking to do whatever it takes to get her natural appearance back ahead of a highly anticipated world tour, according to a report. The so-called Queen of Pop, who's 64, okay, faced endless criticism following her brief appearance at the Grammys in February, where she modeled a striking new look on stage. At the clapping back at haters following a slew of plastic surgery rumors, Madonna was actually deeply affected by the comments and made by the naysayers, and is looking to switch up her look again. Despite what people think, the criticism over her drastically different appearance does affect her, a source told the Daily Mail. Okay. The insider said that the Like a Prayer hitmaker is undergoing procedures that will restore her natural features. Whew, it seems risque, but I mean, she says, and here's what people say about her. And for the tour, she wants to look more like herself again for her fans. How about for yourself? But anyway, the source added, the Post has reached out to Madonna's rest for comments. But of course, when they reach out to these people for comments, they're like, we ain't talking to y'all, right? So just 2 weeks after sparking confusion with her appearance at the Grammys, Madonna showed off how cute she looks. Look at how cute look how cute I am. That swelling from surgery has gone down, LOL. She tweeted in February alongside a snap of herself smizing for the camera. Madonna's quick came weeks after she took to the Grammy stage to introduce singers. Okay. Anywho, that's going back to, when she came to the stage, and you see her there. I mean, Madonna, the core of her is absolutely beautiful. I don't know why people are not okay with just aging gracefully. Like, and maybe you want to do a couple of tweaks to yourself, but to the point where you just don't even recognize yourself. I don't know. I'll stop for a minute. So Robin, what are your thoughts?
Poor Madonna. Well, first of all, that she would tell the people who were commenting on her, saying that they're age shaming her. So she was age shaming herself, because I think that she's trying to capture her youth on the in the operating room. That's the first thing. I know that there is an obsession in this country with youth and youthful looks. Yeah. And it tends, honestly, to be less in communities of color, because we'd be like, black don't crack, Asian don't raise raisin. Those that's where we are with our stuff. And a lot of us have learned to embrace ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
embrace aging, recognize the fact that the more trips around the sun you have, better than the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wonder, this hits at two things. I think it's wholly self-esteem. Certainly different when you're in entertainment.
Yeah.
Like you said, she was a pretty woman. And so my wonder is, what was she in search of? I think that some of it, she just started to, it feels like she was just trying to get back in the public,
Mm-hmm.
and just have, be a trending topic, if you will.
Okay.
um her you do get to a point where you're not making new music. You're
Mm-hmm.
going on tour. If you're going on tour and you're doing your old stuff that we know you for, but it seems like every few months, Madonna's in the news for something drastic. Her attire, her mates, what she does with her kids. It's always something just really, really drastic. And I think it's attention seeking. But more than that, when you go to the lengths that Madonna has gone to change her appearance,
Mm-hmm.
you really wonder at the core what's going on. It's her, is your homegirl, Khloe Kardashian, all the Kardashians actually. None of them look like they did before. Your girl Kyle Richards, she don't look nothing today like she did before. I mean, totally different. And it's okay. And I don't think it's a bad thing if you
Mm-hmm.
want to zhuzh yourself up. But
Mm-hmm.
when you decide that you want to be totally different, like Michael Jackson,
Right.
yes.
Woo. Woo. That, you know what? I think it borderline severe something else underlining is going on. I mean, Michael Jackson, if someone didn't know and you would have put pictures of his original self next to
Mm.
his what he looked like towards the end, you would have never picked those out to be the same people. And listen, if you want to do some tweaks here and there, hey, do your thing. But when you go as to far, so to me, it's a thin line between pushing it way too far. And I think we do and we should, but this is my opinion, start embracing that it's okay to grow old gracefully. I have been going to a concert since I was a teen. I was shocked at the new look. I'm glad she is going back to her old look. I still love her. I still love her too, but I wonder how much they can put her back to her original look.
Reverse.
I don't like can you reverse that stuff? I mean, listen, what's her name? I'm gonna say Black China because that's what we're familiar of calling her by, but she goes by her given name
Angela
now,
White.
Angela White. I will say her taking she's another one, absolutely beautiful and still looks amazing and gorgeous now that she has taken out all of the extras, right? And actually, I think she looks better without all of the extras in her. Oh, I see. But she looks different in her recent confessionals. She's definitely had more work done. And I think they're talking about what's the name from New Jersey. One of the housewives from New Jersey, law collector, true. However, in line of business, she thinks shocking will keep her name alive. That's Madonna they're talking about. So yeah, Madonna thinks that
Mhm.
shocking the people will keep her name alive. But you know what? I don't know. I think you could still keep your name alive. There's a better way to do it. And hey, hire a professional to help you figure out ways to keep your name alive without altering your body to the point where it could be dangerous. I was a huge fan back in the borderline days. I used to love her authentic, non-generic style. Say less, I feel the same way. Okay. I love
Mhm.
Madonna, like a virgin. I love Madonna, like big time. I just thought she was innovative, um, just a natural beauty. But when you cannot embrace the fact that, listen, the alternative to not growing old is just not being here, right? So, I mean,
Mhm.
if you're going to be here, it is okay. You can still look good. You got to transition with the time, not try to reverse the times and turn back the clock. But that's just my opinion, right? I read the title. Oh my gosh, she will never get her face back. You know what? I don't think
But she
she.
didn't. She didn't just have fillers, and Botox. It's more than that. So, the
Yeah.
it's a shame.
Yeah. Well, apparently K Michelle is a clone. Yeah, K Michelle though took out a lot of stuff too. Madonna was a trendsetter and never needs to reinvent herself. True. That is
Mm,
true. But tell Madonna that. You know what I mean?
maybe those people,
Go
maybe
ahead.
the people talk about her appropriating the club culture and ballroom got to her because she kind of
I feel like
rode some of our coattails on that.
right. I feel like she lost.
She did not invent voguing.
Right. Yeah.
She had a good
Um
song.
So wait, you want to know what too, Robin? Michael Jackson, I want to say was at the Thriller because Thriller was just such a huge video and a huge hit for him. I think he said like at the Thriller, he kept trying to chase that same notoriety and high that Thriller had, and that's why his videos after that they kept getting longer and longer and longer. But some things you have to just leave at historic and know that that was a moment and you're not going to probably recreate that or do better than that. Does that make sense to you? You see what I'm trying to say? Because he drove
I
himself crazy trying to like top Thriller.
that the fact that he was a perfectionist, and I will always say that he was definitely a musical genius. Hey
Yes.
Juice, he was definitely a musical genius, and when you reach that status, what do you do next? And that coupled with, well, we won't get into his demise, but there were so many different things that went on, and he also, like, we know that he had a very interesting childhood, troubled, it was contentious, um but some people, he didn't want to rest on his laurels, but he wasn't convinced that he could reach new heights, which I think is absolutely not true.
I
He's a musical genius. He had it, him and Prince.
Yeah, for sure, right? Now, Nubian mahogany, now this I totally agree with you, right? Perhaps trying to stay looking young is like being anorexic or anorexia to some people. This new craze with that Ozempic is driving me bananas. It just sends the wrong message to the people. I don't know. It sends the wrong message to people that's in the industry, but especially to people that is not in the industry, because weight is one of those things that so many people struggle with. And when they hear that there's this thing out there, which is technically a miracle worker, that you just give yourself a shot once a week, and then a couple weeks later you're gonna wake up like a toothpick, so to speak. But anything, there's this saying, Robin, you might help me say, but anything that's a quick fix or happens quickly, it usually is never good. It usually is never good. They say quick and fast
Mm-mm.
money, not good, right? It's probably a scam behind,
Right.
right? And when you try to lose weight, I think the best thing you can do is change your eating habits and exercise. And that's going to be a long-term plan, and you didn't put the weight on overnight, so you can't expect to be
I could take
doing a squat 2 days and then wake up tomorrow and you're tiny. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Go ahead, Robin. Was you gonna
it.
say something?
I was applauding, but I watch on YouTube Jeff Lewis live. He has a radio show,
Okay.
and he's not the same Jeff Lewis from the flipping out days. He's really more palatable, except on this whole thing with this Ozempic and
Uh-huh.
Manjaro and Wegovy,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, I don't know how to say the third one.
You said it right.
And I watched them. I mean, they have quieted down, but for months they were just salivating over the drug. Not just salivating. Oh, let me tell you who. I'll give you my doctor's name, and you'll get it. And so it's I mean, literally, and it is on air. You can. It's there. It's crazy. This woman who's on his show, one of his co-hosts who rotates in and out. She talks every week. She says how much weight she's lost off the Manjaro, or is it Ozempic? Well, I think she's on the one. It don't matter, but they've already told us how they don't have appetites, how it affects their drinking of alcohol, all these different things, and it's nuts. And what a lot of us don't, well, people don't understand, it sounds like this miracle drug. Yes, we know that if you stop using it, then you gain the weight back and more. But the other thing about it is the only people who are getting it, like those folks, is they're getting it from those boutique doctors, and it's the wealthy folks. They can't use insurance, and if I tried, I need insurance to get it, and they're spending these hundreds of dollars to get this thing, and of course, drive the market differently. It's crazy. But you know what I noticed, that with all the talk about Ozempic, we're seeing all these TV commercials now for Manjaro, which is a similar product.
Which is a similar product. So Maria Rose said, I have vegans in my family that are 400 and 500 pounds. But you know what? Everything is in moderation. And I think a lot of times when people switch to being vegetarian or vegan, they turn towards a lot of pasta, because you don't know, like you're trying to figure out new meals to eat, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you got to do you got to put in the work. It's no way around it. You got to put in the work. You got to do some research. You got to figure out ways and figure out things on what works for your body, on when you can eat, when you cannot eat, and how much exercise you're gonna do per week. The thought of perfection, come on, say less, is an unrealistic expectation. Love yourself first and foremost. That is a perfect statement, and I agree with you a whole lot. I really do. You got to love yourself, and you got to love yourself as is. Even if you want to change some things, still love yourself as is in the moment, and work on the change while you're loving on yourself. Can they use it just to get an ideal weight and then continue without it? The problem with those particular medications, Emmanuel, is that once you come off it, boom, the weight goes right back. So and then they said it comes back with a vengeance, and sometimes you even get more weight than when you was on it. Now, also too, if those fad diets, like you'll come down really quickly and really fast, and you're so happy and excited. But the minute you go back to eating the way you was eating before, or just regular, boom, the weight comes back, and then it piles on with a vengeance. And that is why the most healthiest way to do this thing is with a balance. Balance it out. Figure out, the best meal plan for you and your body type, and exercise. You got to move that body. It's just point blank and period. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next topic, unless there's anything else you want to add to this. We wish Madonna the best, right? I'm hoping that
Mm-hmm.
this reversal, she can handle it. Now, my thing is, if you were impacted by the comments to that level, listen, usually when I do things for myself, I'm 10 toes down with it, and you don't have to like it, okay? People didn't like when I cut my hair. I'm like, whatever. I like it. It's me. It's easy. But I'm not going to go chasing my decisions behind the way people feel. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, if those comments, and she did her face, and she went to the Grammys thinking she looked good, and then all the comments impacted her, what do you think might happen if she does a reversal? She may think it look good, but then she's going to get impacted by the people's comments. You can't chase your life behind what somebody says to you. That's a
And then
little
she'll
bit.
become a recluse.
Say that again, Robin.
I said that if it doesn't work, then she'll just become a recluse. She'll never leave her house again.
I wish her well. We're praying for you, Madonna. We're praying for you, Madge. We like you. Either way, I think you need to work on yourself internally, and then maybe the external won't matter so much, because you're an icon. You are who you are, and you got it in you. And my thing is to be yourself. Stop trying to be a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old or a 15-year-old. Be you at 64, because you can still move that body and you look good. Diva, have you thought about the keto diet? Yeah, I'm working with a nutritionist. Yeah, and I don't want to kick myself in the keto acidosis. Yeah, Manuel, but I heard about it. I heard about it. I know a lot. I know a lot about it, actually. Yeah, and I don't want to. I just want to learn how every single day, and I don't care if the weight trickles down very slowly. I just want to learn every single day how to just do better, eat better, and not have all of these cravings for so many bad snacks as I did before, and I'm actually doing pretty well right now. So thank you, though. I do appreciate that, and I do know about the keto diets. All right, so let's move on to our next subject. Okay, so our next subject is it's a little sad. It is about this couple from Texas who they gave birth to their baby. They gave birth at home, and so when they took the baby to the pediatrician for the checkup, they said all was well, but then later on they found out that baby had high bilirubin levels and needed to come back to the hospital for treatment. And the mom and dad was like, "Nah, we'll just treat the baby at home with our midwife." And all of a sudden, CPS got involved. Dad gets handcuffed, the baby gets taken away, and it's a whole hot mess. Let me share a screen, and we're going to look at this story here. Very sad. Let me just
And you're going to tell us what high bilirubin levels are, correct?
Yes, I'll get into that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Aunt Robin don't know. That's why she's asking.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Did I let me wait. Hold on one second, guys. All right. That's not the one. Wait, let me stop screen for a minute. I want to. Okay. Let me share again. Bringing up the right one that I want to bring up. All right. So here's the one I want to actually share with y'all. So we got a North. Oh,
snap your W-2 and
I do not want to pray that. I hope it was only a couple of seconds.
It's only a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so I don't need to get dinged again. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So hold on. I'll play it. Let me play this really quickly, and then I'll read a little bit and then we'll talk. Okay, let's play.
She was perfect, 6 pounds, 9 ounces.
Perfect is how Tamesia Jackson's life with her newborn daughter Mila began, but those aren't the words she'd use today.
We just feel helpless in this situation.
3 days after Mila was born at home, they were told at a doctor's office her only issue was jaundice. A pediatrician called and texted and said the child needed treatment. The family said they'd care for her with their midwife. But the doctor called CPS, which said there is an immediate danger to the physical health or safety of the child.
We were traumatized. We were woken up by police banging at our door.
March 28th, a week after Mila was born, CPS showed up outside the home with DeSoto police, who handcuffed her father, Rodney Jackson.
And used his key to unlawfully enter my home and come and take my baby from me.
It was ridiculous. It was wrong. And what she needs is her mother.
Her mother isn't listed on the CPS complaint. Instead, it's another woman with a different name who has both a criminal and CPS history.
I don't know this woman. I've never seen this name before. She's not a friend, not a family member.
Rodney is listed as an alleged father along with another man they don't know.
This is a nightmare that I wouldn't wish on anyone. We've been treated like criminals, and that's far from the truth.
The family was able to see Mila yesterday at a CPS office, but left only with concerns about her care with a foster family. CPS says it can't comment on the case or mistaken identity.
Instantly, I felt like they had stolen my baby, as I had had a home birth, and they are trying to say that my baby belonged to this other woman.
What started perfect has left them helpless.
We're demanding that Mila be returned home today. Today. Because yesterday was too late.
In DeSoto, I'm William Joy.
Whew. Okay, I want to make sure this thing does not come up again, Robin. Let me just mute it. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to read a little bit to you, then we're going to talk about this, okay? So North Texas parents demanding the return of newborn taken by CPS over concerns about jaundice. Jaundice is, when they have yellowing of the skin. And normally when this happens to the babies in a hospital, they will come put them in an incubator under lights. And then that will help bring the jaundice and what they call the bilirubin, which, gives you this jaundice, help bring those levels down to a normal level. Okay. So it says, we're being treated like criminals, and that's far from the truth. Rodney Jackson said, "This is a nightmare I wouldn't wish on anyone." Okay. So Dallas, a husband and wife in DeSoto, are demanding child protective services return their newborn daughter after the days-old infant was taken from them in a dispute over the proper treatment for jaundice. The couple alleges CPS used the criminal history of the wrong mom. Okay, so she said this family said, "Listen, we got a midwife. We are not going to try to handle this on our own. We'll let our midwife get involved in this and take care of the baby, right?" But because they had another's mom history, they mistakenly thought it was this couple, and they came and was like, "We taking the baby," okay, to help justify taking the child. So let's read a little bit more. Mila Jackson was born on Tuesday, March 21st, my birthday, y'all, at the home of Rodney and Tamika Jackson. A licensed midwife helped deliver the baby at 6 pounds and 9 ounces. They said the child was healthy and the home birth was successful, okay? 3 days later, the Jacksons said they took the child to a pediatrician for a standard checkup and received a clean bill of health from the nurse practitioner. But later that day, Tamika Jackson said she began receiving messages from the doctor, okay? The doctor said Miller had jaundice and was dangerously high levels of bilirubin, which is a yellowish substance made during the body's normal process of breaking down old red blood cells. Okay, so there you go, Auntie Robin. Miller's bilirubin was 21.7, and the doctor wrote at a bilirubin over 20, a baby risks brain damage because the bilirubin can cross the blood-brain barrier. All right. So the doctor suggested the parents bring the baby to the hospital for phototherapy, a standard jaundice treatment. And like I said, it's just an incubator, and they have lights on it. And actually, you know what? I'll tell you a little story about that after I finish reading this story here. The Jacksons said they told the doctor they would, with the help of their midwife, treat the jaundice themselves at home, including a phototherapy treatment. Dr. Brad said he had concerns they would not have the correct lights, but the family said they would supplement Tamika's breast milk as recommended, and provide Dr. Brad with the contact information for their licensed midwife. Okay, several hours later into the night, the doctor texts their phone, very aggressive, "Take her to the hospital or he's calling CPS." Okay, Tamika Jackson said of the messages she received from the doctor. In his letter to CPS, he stated, "I filed a case report with CPS after trying 10 attempts to appeal to the family through phone calls, text messages, and leaving them voicemails, as they did not pick up the phone. Parents are very loving and they care dearly about their baby," the doctor wrote. "Their distrust for medical care and guidance has led them to make a decision for the baby to refuse a simple treatment that can prevent brain damage. I authorized the support of CPS to get help to get this baby the care that was medically necessary and needed," the letter continued. CPS agreed in its own statement. It wrote, "Due to the parents being unwilling to discuss the danger and potential consequences of this condition, it is necessary for the department to intervene." The CPS letter listed concerns of possible stroke, brain damage, and other immediate dangers to the child. The police, armed with a court order, helped CPS take the baby from the home on March 28th. "Unlawfully entered my home to take my baby from me," the mom said. She fought back tears on Thursday, April 6th at a conference, but the Jacksons and their legal team also point out obvious problem with the affidavit filed with the court. Okay, the affidavit used to justify the CPS taking the custody of the child. The wrong mom, that's problematic. A woman with a completely different name, with a criminal history of child neglect. Okay, so this whole thing was just messy. Okay, instantly I felt they had stolen my baby, as I had a home birth, and they were trying to say my baby belonged to this other woman. Okay, we've been treated like criminals, and that's far from the truth. Now I'm gonna jump down. The midwife who helped deliver the baby were demanding the baby's return today, they said, because yesterday was too late. A spokesperson for CPS unable to explain why a different woman with a criminal history is listed in the court documents, said the department could not comment on the case. Okay. The doctor sent a written statement. It reads as follows: in respect of my patient's privacy, it is inappropriate to provide a comment on this matter. We do abide by reporting requirements set forth in the Texas Family Code and other applicable laws. Okay. Meanwhile, people, this baby is in foster care. While they try to settle out this mess, the Jacksons were allowed to see the baby, as we noted earlier. Very, very sad case. We got to talk about this. Welcome into the building, E, and welcome into the building, Julius. RT Robin, with you. What are your thoughts?
I was on mute. Sorry. A lot of things. I'm gonna start by saying that I believe that at the onset, the doctor's intentions were twofold. One, he's a mandated reporter. He was covering his behind, CYA, and he also he I guess he didn't feel confident that they would follow up, and he don't want to get sued for malpractice. So I think that was a whole CYA. The problem I have is with CPS. Everything about what you said, from them seemingly having an unreasonable search and seizure of the home, a search of the home to get the child, to seize the child. They kidnap the baby. They infer they don't have the right countenance on who the parents are. They're the inference that the father is alleged. Let me tell you something. That's not in my opinion. Let me tell you something, Diva. I'll tell you what, when the dust settled, I don't know where they need to have a lawyer 10 days ago. And then even after they get their baby back, I am suing them for pain, suffering, the separation from my child. But then it's Texas, though. Because Texas wants to be in charge of everything. They want to be the boss of you no matter what. But that's crazy. That is crazy. And how long? It's been over a week, 2 weeks now, right? 3 almost.
Yeah. You know what's insane to me, though? I will say this. I do agree with you in terms of the doctor, right? I agree with you in terms with the doctor that initially all his intention and his thought process was all innocent, right? He was thinking the safety of the baby. And I will say this, that those lights and keeping the baby under those lights is a 24-hour monitoring situation. So I just don't even know in my mind how they would have pulled this off. Because it's not just about you leaving the baby under the lights. It's about you doing, maybe every 8 hours or, whatever the doctor orders, blood tests to see how this bilirubin is coming down. And then know whether or not you're going to have 2 lights on this baby, 3 lights on this baby. And maybe at some point, if you do have 3 lights, turn it down to 2 and then turn it down to 1 as you're constantly checking the status and how this bilirubin is coming down. And I don't know if they would have the finances, and this is not me trying to be shady, I'm being for real. Like if they would have the finances and the wherewithal to do all of that. That bilirubin level is high. I don't know what the norm is. I'm not going to try to pretend that I do, but it's high. And if
I think around 20. Yeah, I think I looked into it 20. Can I tell you, I was going to say the same thing about the finances. Now, I know that you said that the parents have a distrust of the medical system, but I wonder whether or not they have insurance and to what degree. And again, they're in Texas.
Yeah, and let's add this, Robin. Even if you have insurance doesn't just pay for, insurance. They barely pay for stuff you really need sometimes. You think insurance is going to pay so you can have this private care at home to have the lights? I don't.
No, my concern is that they don't have insurance to have the baby in the hospital.
Oh, but you know what? On that note, well, I don't know because I don't know much about Texas. But what do they call that? Charity care. You got charity care. They wouldn't have refused it. They wouldn't have refused them. Yeah. They wouldn't have refused them in the hospital. Yeah, sometimes they need a blood exchange. Come on now, Claire. Like, no, this ain't nothing to be played with. And they seem like they are a couple that's into everything natural. But there's sometimes you just need to go to the doctor because you need that level of care. Julius, you're in the building. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Now, I said in one of my comments, something ain't mathing. Because I was hearing the video, reading the article. Something ain't mathing. And I say that because they deliberately put down another woman who has zero relation to this baby. This gift from God. And turned around and victimized this innocent woman. Now, medical care is on hand. They have a midwife. And I understand the doctor's intentions was pure and innocent at first. However, if a parent says, okay, well, we want to try with our midwife first, a doctor has to respect that. And even though jaundice is nothing to play with, why did CPS? I don't think CPS came in to do a wellness check on the child. I think there's some they need to do first. There's a wellness check. That wasn't even happening.
Well, you know why it wasn't a wellness check? Because this was initiated by a doctor. This was initiated by a medical professional who said this child needs medical care, and these are the consequences that can happen if this child doesn't get immediate care. They said stroke. I forgot the other thing they listed.
Brain damage and all of that, yeah.
Brain damage and all that. So you're talking about this is not nothing where we can do a kumbaya moment and just say, you know what, we'll figure it out later, and maybe go visit the home, make sure they got formula or mommy's breastfeeding correctly and all that. No, this is an urgent situation where if we don't make a decision immediately, this little baby can be, something can happen. I don't know if you noticed the video, right? So first of all, there's a lot of little underlining stuff they threw in here, right? One of the little underlining things they threw in there is that this family doesn't trust the medical system. You see what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't.
Right, but they threw that in. They threw that in there. I'm sorry. They threw that in there though for a reason, right? So they threw that in there for a reason to kind of, help play into what they wanted to do, right?
The hysteria.
Right. But also, if you notice in the video, the kids that would the siblings that was standing when mom gave birth, one of the siblings didn't have a shirt on and was ultra thin. So
yeah, I did see that.
Did you see that? So my thing is, a lot of times when a family, maybe they're vegan, and I don't know what this family is or is not. I'm just playing stuff in my head. When you go to certain nutritional things that you want to do, you really have to do a lot of research so that the people get the right amount of nutrients that they need to get in order to sustain. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So I think there's more to this story, and I think that they're leaving out pieces because on purpose, not the family, but the professionals behind it. But I think that even though they put the wrong name of the mother, I think they know a little bit of history about the family that they took the baby from. And as a result of all of that, that played into the decisions that they were making. Not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying that I'm seeing a little stuff in there, because the mother even said herself, right? The mother gave us a little clue that something more is going on, because she said something about, I feel like because I gave birth to my child at home. Did you catch when she said that?
Yeah, so she feels like she's in that's, and I'm glad you brought that up. Some women are penalized for doing a home birth. It's like, I don't know. Oh, hold on 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's like medical retaliation or something like that. It's like what I'm thinking of. It's like, whatever is comfortable. Some are not comfortable giving birth in the hospital, and that's okay. It's
Right.
not that they won't seek, like, a checkup for the baby afterward. Of course they will. But then they're seriously going to get that retaliation for it.
Yeah, some people, what's funny? When you're like a celebrity and you do a home birth, it's kind of celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a non-celebrity and you do a home
It's
birth,
frowned upon.
there you go. There you go. It's frowned upon. It's like, well, what's going on there? They give you the side eye and all of that. So yeah, even if you breastfeed and you still need treatment, yeah. So this is a situation where it's a lot of layers that they're kind of like keeping away from us, so to speak. But either way, I feel so bad for this mother. You gave birth. Right after you gave birth, they came and snatched your baby away from you, and you can't even get the baby back right away. The baby's in foster care, and now this baby is getting formula, I'm sure, instead of the mother's breast milk. Okay, so it's so many things that's going on with this baby, and so now even when the parents get their baby back, because you could tell, I feel like this family is like holistic, they're into the natural stuff and all that. Now when this mother goes to give that baby the breast, the baby gonna be looking like, I don't want this. Where that formula at? Okay. And the family seems like they're not into the formulas that have all of those other garbage that's in them, even though they claim the baby formulas are so, natural, whatever. So I feel for this family in a lot of ways, but like you said, Auntie Rob, where's their lawyer? Their lawyer should have been sitting in that press conference.
I thought the person who was speaking after the mother was speaking, I thought that person was the lawyer. That was the impression that I got.
You know what's funny, Julius? The impression I got is that was the midwife. I don't know why. I really felt that was the midwife. I felt like that was the midwife. Again,
I didn't think about that at first.
I'm making assumptions because the natural hair, and I'm thinking like they're these holistic people and all that. I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like that was the midwife and not the lawyer. I'm gonna keep an eye on this story. Very sad. Very sad. Anything else, Auntie Robin, before I move to the next story?
No, it is sad. That kid, the baby's losing out. You're right. She is probably a breastfeeder. And we're talking about the transfer of antibodies and so much more.
100%. Because the mother mentioned in there something about breastfeeding too. That's why I know the mother, she breastfeeds, and this is just, it's just horrific. It's very sad. I'm a doula, and Diva, she did have that look. LOL. She did. Didn't Pat? Yeah, I really, really felt that way. Hey E, welcome into the building. Happy Saturday. How are you?
Hey, I was up here before, but DoorDash was coming, and the way that the app it won't let me check my order while being on the StreamYard. And girl, they brought me the wrong order, and I said, no, I don't eat spicy chicken sandwiches, so we had to get that straightened out.
I know that's right.
I saw something about the baby with the hey everybody, what's going on with this baby? I saw the beginning, but then I got thrown off. So I'll sit in the back while you guys, and I'll catch up on the next one.
Okay, all right. Breastfeeding helps. I expressed while she was in special care. Yes, Claire, breastfeeding helps. But you know what? Those lights is what really helps. And like the doctor did, the doctor did mention that he's concerned, like, how is she going to have the proper lights? He's concerned. The doctor had legit concerns. I think it got messy when it came to CPS. Now, was the doctor involved with the messiness with the CPS? I don't know, but I just feel like once he, expressed his concerns and CPS got involved, I think things got crazy. But then again, I'll go back a little bit. Maybe the doctor was a little off his rocker too. Because remember, he said, I called them 10 times. And the mom says she got a lot of urgent messages from the doctor saying, look, take the baby to the hospital and knock it off. And of course, guys, I'm paraphrasing. But to give you a little quick story about the whole jaundice and like how they started using the lights to bring the bilirubin down with the babies. So a long time ago, I would have to research the actual nurse name. But listen, shout out to the nurses. So the nurses, and this was many years ago, right? The nurses found that when they had babies that had jaundice and had the high bilirubin levels, those babies that was had their bassinet towards the window with all the sunlight and the light coming in, those babies were seeming to heal and get better quicker than the rest of the babies, right? And so that's how it started the research into using this phototherapy and putting them in a bassinet with the lights to kind of bring down the bilirubin and treat them in conjunction with other things like that. So that's just a little cute little story about the whole jaundice and, the lights and all of that. I would have to look up the actual nurses' names who was part of that discovery, but shout out to them because that is how they started with that phototherapy when, they determined that the babies with jaundice and had like the high bilirubin levels. Go ahead, E.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to not speak about the jaundice thing, but definitely shout out to the nurses. This industry can be thankless sometimes, because of a few bad apples. But I must say, I've had the privilege of having great, great, great nurses assist me with not only me, my child's care as well, but especially me, because if you don't know, I just had a procedure done. And my nurses were amazing. So yes, Diva, I just wanted to second that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I like that. So Kat said 1935, A.O. Whipple, an American surgeon, first discovered obstructive jaundice. Okay. Wow. Back in 1935. Yes, UV light. And Assad, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. 69. I teach medicine, by the way. Hey, okay. Did you give me a little tip earlier that I missed, Assad? Let me know. So you teach medicine. Now, if you teach medicine, did I get that story right? In terms of a nurse, discovering, about the lights and how the lights help with the bilirubin and all that. So anyway, I hope this Texas mom finds some justice. It's a very, very sad story. I think they should have worked with her a little bit better in terms of just snatching up her baby. But I do get the concern about bringing the baby to the hospital, right? So I had blood incompatibility. It caused her jaundice. Yeah. Sunlight kills jaundice. The lights are UV rays, just like the sun. Thank you, everybody, for all the added information that you're giving us today. So, listen, guys, we're about to get to our until CV outbreak. What is CV outbreak? I don't know what CV is. Okay, thank you, Assad. I appreciate it. I say it's mostly racist. Anytime a person of color questions a doctor recommendation, it becomes an issue. Trust, I stood in court and listened to many doctors personal over what's family choice. You know what, Adrian? Yeah, I see a little bit of that. This is messy. And they allegedly they handcuffed the dad in this situation. Now, I will say this, another group of people that usually have a lot of trouble when it comes to the medical field is the I want to say, and maybe not all of them, I want to say Jehovah's Witness, because a lot of them do not believe in blood transfusions. And so when it comes to surgery, when you're signing consents for surgery, no matter how big or small the surgery is, part of the consent you'll sign is saying that, okay, in case we need to, if there's an emergency, we need to give you a blood transfusion. And you're signing off on that. And a lot of them will not sign off on that. It comes to the children, though, of a lot of these Jehovah's Witnesses that don't believe in these blood transfusions. When it comes to the children, because the law, and I don't know if this is a law in every state, but I know in my state, New Jersey, the law states that a child is not, like, if I'm a Jehovah Witness, I cannot push that. I'm using the wrong words, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right? I cannot put that off on my child. So then the medical field and
They'll
and
appoint
the
a guardian ad litem to make those decisions on your
yeah,
behalf.
yeah, yep. They will say, like, if it comes to where I'm like, yes, Prince was a perfect example. Wait, talk. What do you mean by Prince was a perfect example?
He was a Jehovah's Witness, but I didn't know him to have had an issue with needing a blood transfusion ever.
Maybe he refused some other stuff. I don't know, but I know, so the hospital, I don't know. Oh, somebody said yes, in Orthodox Jews. Okay. The hospitals are now trying to come up with what they call bloodless surgery. I don't know all the details on it, but even with the bloodless surgery, and when they say bloodless, that means that they're gonna try their best not to have to give you a blood transfusion. But I still believe that at the end of the day, if it's an emergency, they want you to be able in that moment to agree to, like, get a blood transfusion. So
I think I'm
yeah,
sorry. I think that with bloodless, what part of the protocol today includes is it's less for something that's emergent, of course, but they do a thing where they do use an apheresis process. That it's a machine that they hook up to you, and it takes out your own blood and redistributes it.
right.
That's how they do some of the bloodless.
Yeah. But even in that instance, sometimes they still just need to give you a transfusion. Like, that
Don't
may not be, yeah. So he refused surgery. Oh, on his knees. Thank you, Deep
Oh,
Derby.
that's what it. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
see, you know what? When Morris Day said that he got hip surgery, and he was trying to convince Prince to get hip surgery, but Prince didn't want to do it. I did not know that he didn't want to do it because of his religious beliefs. And yes, now I do know that he got addicted to the drugs because of all the painkillers.
Pain.
But thank you, Derby D. But listen, you gave me a new insight on this. I just know that Marvin's Day, when Prince had passed, he was like, yeah, his hips and his knees. He was like, you know what? He had to get hip surgery. He tried to convince Prince, but Prince did not want to do it. Oh, that's sad. That makes it even sadder. Yeah. So, but yeah, I do. So these things exist, and the medical community, they're starting to come around a little bit more now, when dealing with people that don't have the same medical beliefs as they do. But it's a slow come around. It's not like a quick come around. They're not against surgery, just blood transfusion. Right, Claire? They're not but see, the thing is, there's some surgeries where they will not do them until you sign consent that in the case of an emergency, if we need to give you a blood transfusion, we will. Because if you're on this table, and you never know what you're getting when you open somebody up, right? And you never know if a surgery may have to last 5 hours. Maybe Robin will do well, but Diva won't. And now Diva's not doing well, and she lost a lot of blood, and we need to give her a blood transfusion to save her life. So no doctor wants to run the risk of doing a surgery knowing that there might be a case where you need a transfusion and you're saying no. You got to think about the doctor's state of mind also. Imagine you as a surgeon, and you're not the only one in there. You got nurses, you got assistants, you got everybody. And now this person is going to pass, not because I couldn't save them, but because I can't save them because I can't give them a blood transfusion. That's going to mess with their psyche too. But I didn't want to go too far off there.
Can I say one thing about this, which is just the trivia based information?
Yes.
If someone is having an elective surgery and they have those religious beliefs, they actually could do I forgot, it's a self donation. So prior to your surgery, you can actually go in and donate your own blood to be stored and packed for your surgery if you should need it, and that would avoid that.
Right. So Adrian is saying, yeah, you can also give your own blood before surgery. Right. And all of this is true. But the thing is though, you may not necessarily have enough of your own blood to give. Like
if it's an elective surgery, yes, and you know that there is, you know, it
you know, I
depends
work
on.
in the hospital, Robin, right?
I used to work at the blood center. That's how come I know about the blood crap.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is though, wait, here's the Dirty Diva said I used to go see Prince every year in Vegas at whatever bay. His medical issues are what ended his residency. I believe that. So,
Yeah.
so what happened was him jumping down on them high heels all the time.
Splits.
But go ahead. Well, go ahead, Robin. Go ahead, finish.
No, I said, oh, no splits. We're in the same place. I was just saying we almost agree about self donations for your blood. Right. And mine was speaking to an elective surgery more so than something that's emergent, where you can actually donate your own blood for yourself.
Yeah, you know, I've known people that because of their belief, they have passed because they wasn't going to do certain things. But that is that. And I pray for this family because I think it's so messed up that the end result was the baby is just not with their mom and dad. And it's not like this mom and dad was bad people. It was what it was. But I will stand 10 toes down that I personally don't think that the mother and the father could have handled doing this jaundice treatment at home, especially at those high levels. Okay. So we'll move on though. So we'll move on. And so maybe, you know, it got to be like a happy medium when it comes to these particular things. Right. All right. So our last story here is, you know, it's about etiquette. It's about etiquette. It's about manners. It's about how you should handle yourself, right? And you know, just to throw out some etiquette, I would say this: when someone is throwing a party that is at a venue where you pay per person, and you went ahead and you did your RSVP, and then that morning you wake up and for no good reason you decide you just not going, I think it's messed up. Okay. When someone's even throwing maybe a party in their house and they went and got an extra bag of chicken or french fries or bread, I don't know, whatever, because they're accommodating that you were coming, and then you just rolled out your bed and said, I don't feel like going. I think it's messed up. So we got this bride here who, you know, she had her event. Now I'm gonna bring the article up for you. And her event was from 5 to 11. And all she asked was her good friend, like, stay to the end. I just want you to stay to the end. And so her good friend decided ahead of time, listen, I'm carpooling with Diva and Robin. And Diva and Robin, they're leaving at 9:30. So I got to go with my ride. And so the bride comes up to her and was like, look, chick, stay and ride with somebody else. You'll find a ride later. But she left. Now let's look at this article real quick, and we're going to talk about it and see what our feelings are on this situation. So let me see if I could find it. Here we go. The bride was pissed. Okay. So they asked Miss Manners, said the bride is vexed when guests leave the wedding reception early. So we're going to talk about this. So dear Miss Manners, two dear friends married each other 3 months ago. I was invited to the wedding, and so was my sister, along with our significant others. That's a lot of people right there that the bride paid for. So when we go around and talk about this, just imagine the bride paid for all this, okay? The wedding location was an hour drive away, but you knew that when you said yes, okay? So it made sense for us to carpool, right? The outdoor wedding, including the ceremony itself, plus a celebration with ample food and beverage. So listen, the bride had to pay and the groom had to pay for all this food and the beverages, okay? Was to start at 5 p.m. and end at 11. That's an average time. My sister is known for making brief appearances at parties. So why did you ride with her? So the bride requested that my girlfriend and I drive separately. Yeah, so the bride knew. She told you, don't ride with your sister. She explained that our attendance to the very end was important to a special day. So the bride made her situation clear. Okay, everybody wants you to be clear. And the bride was clear, and this guest here was being disrespectful. But we're gonna continue on. As the bride knew, my girlfriend had recently had eye surgery, which made social events tiring. So your girlfriend should have stayed home. Against the bride's request, we kept our plans to carpool and to leave before 11 p.m. We lasted until just after 9, at which time my girlfriend and my sister were exhausted, okay? And the four of us bid farewell to the bride and groom. The bride seemed vexed by our early departure and asked me if I could remain while the other three returned home, suggesting that I surely find a ride back 2 hours later. Unwilling to leave my date unattended, I made my apologies and left with my sister and friends. Since that day, I noticed a distinct coldness from the bride. Against custom, I was not invited to her annual holiday gathering, nor did I receive best wishes on my birthday. She said, clearly I'm being punished. Is it proper for a bride to request driving arrangements and hours of attendance at a wedding? And should I have made every effort to stay? Okay, so we're going to talk about this. Let me stop sharing here.
That's it, Doc.
Come on now. Okay. One more thing on Prince. His religion was also the cause of. He did not believe in prenatal meats or milk. Ooh, all right. We got all right. Thank you, Derby Diva. Oh, that was lovely. All right. Okay. Somebody said the bride is a trip. Doc Willie.
Word.
Willie.
Word.
Hey, Doc Willie. The bride is a trip. If she wanted friend to stay, she should have provided her a ride home. All right.
I agree.
We're gonna get into this. I'm gonna start at the bottom. E, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about this bride?
Well, to me, just the fact that someone showed up is great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you all. People often invite me places, and I'm an old BISH. I don't like staying out late.
Mm-hmm.
So if I tell you no one time and you harass me and make me tell you yes, that's fine. I may not come, and if I come, I'm leaving early. So I think people get what they ask for. But if somebody tells you that they're carpooling, and I don't believe in carpooling, because when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody told you they were carpooling for whatever the reason, and the people they came with were ready to go, what are you mad about? You're the one in love. You should be happy that you're getting ready to go to your honeymoon early. I mean, who wants to stay here and party all night? Your wedding ceremony is for you. And so I think she's doing too much. I mean, if you had fun that day, you celebrated, you're still in love, you got a happy home, then hoop hoop hooray. But to the person who said, well, I think she cut me off and I don't get anything on my birthday anymore, and she doesn't invite me to her holiday parties. Forget her holiday parties. I mean, who cares? Find a new friend that's not as needy. See, I don't get into those types of friendships, because my tolerance level for you being so needy listen, I'm a grown woman, I have a child, I have things to do, so I can't commit to showing up to your Thanksgiving, Christmas, and St. Patty's Day and Easter parties. I got things to do. Even if I'm just, I want to be in the bed and I want to sleep all day. Listen, alone time is valuable to me. And so I'm not mad because someone invited me to a wedding. It was my friend from elementary school. Her and I had not spoken in 15 years. And she said, oh, I want you to be in my wedding. And she said, I picked out a dress for you to wear. This was our first conversation in 15 years. You picked out a dress that you think I'm going to wear and you want me to pay for. And I think I saw in the invitation, it was BYOB, that new thing that these young people are doing. Bring your own bottle. Don't invite me someplace. Even though I don't drink, but that's still a turn off for me. Bring your own bottle. You don't invite me and expect me to bring something. No. So, no, I don't got no problem with it. I think the person who left early, kudos for you. A good night's rest, and you get to spend some time alone on the holidays. Kudos.
Thank you, E. LB, you're in the building. Now I know.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. Listen.
For me,
yes,
this is for me. So this, know, Diva, I always come with I'm that two-head coin.
Yeah.
For me, she should have been like just cool and relaxed. As long as the person showed up,
Yes,
she should have been cool for that. However, I've done this before. My son, I threw him a big sweet 16 party, and the plates were $125 per person.
Come on, let's talk. I'm sitting up now. I'm sitting up. Go ahead,
It
talk.
was $125 per person.
Yes,
and the people that I knew that are some timed it, that are flaky, I called them. I'm like, hey, you RSVP, so I gave them a notice. I sent them a notice saying, hey, if you don't show up, I'm going to charge you for my plate. I gave them fair warning, right? So the person RSVP for 5 people. Listen, Diva, 5 people. I called her prior before, 30 days before the event, 15 days before the event, and 5 days before the event. You still coming? Yeah. She did not show. So I took her to small claims court. And I won and got my money.
That's LB.
That's that boss right there. I would have did the same thing.
Okay, so then listen, LB, then so you understand what this chick is saying.
Right. I'm okay with them, I'm okay with her leaving. That's fine, as long as you showed up. Because that was your responsibility of RSVPing, showing up. You reserved to show up. People don't understand when you prepay for stuff. I had an open bar. I had 17 different types of eatery for them. And it wasn't a game.
Well, please send me an invite. I'll RSVP right now. Right. How many places did you say you had? What's the thing?
My son, we travel a lot. So he had we had one at the golf course. Oh God.
You know what though? Here's the thing. With events like that in somebody's wedding, respectfully, they put a lot into it and paid a lot of money. One of my girlfriends, her wedding, first of all, with so much food, there's no way you could have ate that much food within a 4 or 5 hour period. It just was no way. But her cocktail hour, it had enough food to fill you up for the rest of the night. Okay. They had it was just a massive amount of food in the cocktail hour. Then we still had to go into the dining area, right? And you still was getting a whole plate of food there. You was getting a whole plate of food. It was drinks. It was this. It was whatever. At some point during this reception, they had a coffee bar, an ice cream stand. They had cookies, cake, candies, everything. And still she had her wedding cake. And to top it off, she had a little box, I think, with cupcakes that you went home with on top of everything else. There's just no way you could have ate all this stuff. All I'm saying is, when you agree to go to certain things, you know how much people are paying. And if you don't stay to the end or close to the end, and they have no choice but to pay per person, it's a whole lot of money that's going to get wasted. And your girlfriend asked you ahead of time. I could see she caught her at the thing. She told you ahead of time, don't ride with this chick. Stay to the end. I love you. I want you to be here for my whole day. And then you still leave anyway.
But Diva.
Yes, I'm listening.
That person, if I remember you reading it correctly,
the plans were already made for them to carpool before the bride even called her friend.
I'm sorry?
The plans, the carpool, were already made before the bride even called her friend.
Oh no, I'm talking about something else.
Oh,
the person in the writing, I thought I heard Diva say they had to leave because the people they came with were tired. When you talk about all of that food makes people tired, and I'm just thinking about all the goodies that you mentioned and about the bar and all the desserts and everything. Diva, I'm an old woman now. Please, once I get full, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get in the car. I'm done talking. I'm not staying till 2 a.m. in the morning. You got the wrong girl. No.
Sorry
so
about
that's a different perspective too.
No, I hear you, but the key point in this, and LB, you okay? And Julie, I'm about to come to you. Then Robin. The key point in this is this bride communicated clearly all of her wishes ahead of time. And now this chick wants to know why she's ghosted on her birthday. She's not getting no more invites and all of this stuff. Don't be shocked, girlfriend. I asked you to stay and you left. Julius, what are your thoughts?
My thought is this. The bride brought this to her after the fact. And during the conversation, the girl says, well, no, I'm not going to do that. The girl already said no. And so the bride didn't like that. It kept on forcing the subject the till the girl felt like her hand was forced. And she also said that her partner had a medical procedure, if I'm right.
A
So of
friend had
course,
an eye procedure or something.
so of course, she didn't want her girlfriend to leave alone, even though she was with family. She went with her, but she already communicated that in the first conversation with the bride. So the bride was just on a power trip and thought, oh, yeah, I asked you this, but still, these are my wishes. It's my way. It's my wedding. Yes, it's your wedding. I showed up. I fulfilled my part of it. So, in a way, I felt like with the bride now ghosting this person and things like that, it's showing this woman, unless she did, and it seems like the bride does this. That's what I'm starting to get the vibe. If she doesn't get her way from her friends, if it's just her way, because you're seriously gonna ghost somebody. They have a right to say no. Come on now.
So you calling
especially after they showed up, and showed you love.
Oh, so you calling her bridezilla?
Yes. And I yes.
Wait, and listen, and Doc Willie said Bride wouldn't have to cut ties. She's petty. Bride sounds like a brat to me.
Word.
I agree. I agree with Adrian H. James. She said 2 hours max, especially we brought come on, Adrian.
Listen, Robin, what are your thoughts about the bride? Is the bride being a bridezilla?
Oh, that bride is extra. And she also seems to be a conditional friend.
Oh,
yes.
The truth of the matter, I don't know that it's etiquette versus tradition, but I was always taught that when you attend an event such as a wedding reception, that it is on you as the guest to provide a gift. In addition, if you want to give them a gift, fine, the wedding gift, but you always give a cash gift that will cover the cost of your plate.
Facts.
So
okay. Yes.
that's there. So you cover the cost of your plate. That's done. And if I don't understand, there's something missing. I want you to stay to the end. What does she want her to stay and clean up? Did she want her to stay because she had no, for real though? Did she have something special planned? So that there's something missing because she has to be angry for some reason and retaliatory for some reason. So I'm hoping that she was angry or disappointed because she had planned something special for her friend as part of her ceremony. I don't get it. Listen, the best wedding of my life I went to, my godson's, tremendous. And even though he told me he said he felt easier signing papers when he bought his new house than when he signed the papers for his contract and stuff for the wedding. That's how much money he spent. But you know what he also had? It was in another state, but he had a shuttle bus going from the venue to the hotel all night. People cannot be expected. You can't be expected to stay all night. I showed up. I came because I love you. I want to participate. I have someone who is not in their best health who also came because they want to participate, support you, and really, enjoy and share this day with you. And you know what? She ain't a good friend. She's gone, done by.
Oh,
you're not gonna.
Right. So
it's not like it doesn't sound to me like when the friend left that she didn't just slip out the back. She went and said, congratulations, hey, let her say good night.
She did.
And she said, I'm sorry when the bride was forcing her hand again. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. But she already made that clear from the get.
She did. She did give her all like I got to go indications. But I just want to say this. Somewhere along the line, and I missed this memo, and I don't like the memo. Okay, I probably would have deleted and trashed the memo anyway. Somewhere along the line, people started doing guest funded birthday parties, guest funded events, right? So I'm wondering, as a result of stuff like this, people not staying into the end, not respecting the amount that you paid for the event. That's where all of this came from. Where you have, how do you call it a birthday party when you telling everybody meet you at XYZ restaurant for your birthday and we paying for our own meal? Where did that come from?
That's what I want to know.
That's a community party. I've never had a community party. When people try to invite me, I quickly decline. You know, said, you know what? Sorry, you doing your event at a time that I'm busy. You know, I don't like community parties because community parties will drain you. Because some people, once again, like you said, Diva, do not have proper etiquette. Folks want to sit down and start. I've been in that situation. People want to sit down and start ordering some things that they're not accustomed to ordering. You know, and they know that other people have to split this bill.
Yep.
No, ma'am, not me. I'm not speaking to a friend because of that. You know, I'm like, hold on, you just because you figuring I'm at this particular stature, you don't know what bills I got. And you're not finna eat no lobster and steak off me when you don't order it yourself.
That part. And you know what I can't stand either. First of all, if it's 9 of us, split the bill 9 ways. But don't start saying, well, I only had some water and some chicken, so I only owe $14. Well, you don't you participating in this tip. You don't know nothing about taxes. That's what we're doing right now. That's why I don't like those, and I refuse to attend any of them anymore. I do not participate in guest funded birthday parties. I think it's the craziest thing ever. And like you said, people, and I've been to some now, I can respect these people like this, where they know they drink and they will tell the waiter, put my drinks on a separate bill. But I have been to some, that's respect, right? I have been to some where they will put their drinks on the bill and then they still have trouble coming up with their $50 and $75. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you serious? Last time I went to one, I took the hit. Because I'm not going to be in nobody's restaurant arguing over a nickel or a dime. I took the hit, but guess what? Did I go to the next one? Y'all must be out of your everlasting mind. Not again. And you know what, LB, like you said, don't count my pockets.
Right. I hate when people do that because, like I said, I've been in that situation. Person ordering this, order that. And I didn't say anything. I'm just looking. You know, I ordered what I normally order from the restaurant. The bill came $987. 3 people then ordered all this stuff, ordered drinks, and they was like, I like you said, they start breaking down. I only had this for this. I opened my mouth, I didn't say anything. So me and this other lady, we was like, you know, let's go 50-50 on the bill. I said, okay, cool. I'm like you, Diva. I'm not gonna argue at that point about a dime or a dollar. But soon as we hit that dough, I called them all types of mofos. Please. I swear to God, that's what I did. Because you know, I'm etiquette. I'm very educated, but I can go from educated to hood in 6 seconds.
Hello.
That part. Don't try to play me now. Don't try to play me because that's just dead wrong.
And
you
then
know
the restaurant we were at, they were like, because it was a group thing. So the valet parking was a group as well. And I had to sing that song, hell no, to the no, no, no. I just paid half of $900 some. And y'all think I'm finna bust down these cars too? That was another $300. Hell no, to the no, no, no. Bring that white Range Rover around, and I don't care who else is leaving the building.
That part.
But see, my thing is, you file small claims, but you gonna split the bill? Make them roll up their sleeves and go wash the dishes in the back. We ain't got time to be paying people's bills now.
No, let me tell you something. I am the queen of get back. I'm the queen of get back. Because my thing is this. I knew later on her son was giving she was giving this lavish party for the son. I brought my Tupperware because I was like, I'm going to take stuff for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. I was the epitome of ghetto at that day. I was getting my money back. Me and my son ate off of that.
Yeah, you know what though? Here's the thing. It's in the restaurant. Like I don't like to be in the restaurant and you pulling out a calculator and you got to ask for the menu back so you can get that your meal was exactly $14 and this, that, and the other. And then you giving all this attitude. I promise you, the last one I went to, I told the girl, don't pass down another dollar. You good. You good. But you better remember this meal and remember this face because you ain't never going to see it again. I will not. I will not. I can't do that. If I'm willing to sit here and split this bill a certain amount of ways and I don't drink, and I'm not complaining about anybody that had a drink, and you want to break out a menu, you talk about you only spend $40, you should have never came to this guest funded birthday party if you knew you didn't have $100 to $200 to drop on the bill. Because when you go to a guest funded party, your meal could have been $10. You still probably have to give up $100 to $200. It is what it is. Don't if you're not willing to do that. Piss me off. You know what?
My thing is this though. Everybody know where they going. You know where you're going, so therefore you telling me you ain't pulling up this menu. You don't know the price. So when you walk in the door, you like you said, Diva, you walk in with $200 in your pocket because you never know what's gonna go down. Regardless, I never leave home without my man, Discover or American. You see what I'm saying? I'm never leaving home without them too. You know, so therefore, if something happened or if I want more of something, yeah, I'm gonna get it. However, nevertheless, I'm not going to fund your evening.
That part.
I'm not doing community service parties. I don't do that.
Yeah, I'm done with them. So Paulette, you are right. What is the point of a baby shower if you're going to have this whole reveal party? It's everything is getting so out of control now, right? So, and my thing is too, I said to my girlfriend, I said, I'm going to bring a gift, but I said, how do you have a guest funded birthday party and I'm going to bring you a gift and I got to pay for my meal at a restaurant that I didn't select? This is a whole hot mess. It's team too much right now. I don't know if you ever been to one, a guest funded event. Have you been to one?
I have, but I agree with Derby Diva. You just highlighted her comment. She says, I don't even want to split a party tab. Give me my bill. And I agree with that. Now I have been with some guest funded events and birthday parties. And the thing is, we need to make sure that we are discussing everything before we hit the door. Like the people who we're coming with, like, because I don't like surprises. I mean, I understand that we're going to split it. If everyone is agreement, we're going to split this thing by however many people are here, fine. Because to me, that's embarrassing. Like you said, that to pull out a calculator because we're not doing this. But see, that's why it's important to be clear. Now, I don't go out anymore, so I don't have those problems. I'm in the house now. I got a baby. I got things to do, and I ain't going nowhere. But when it's time for Sweet 16, I hope that I don't have the experience that, and oh my gosh, I forgot the beautiful lady next to me. I forgot her name.
LB.
I hope I don't have experience like that because these Sweet 16s are expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive. Very.
Yeah. Wait. Adrian said, I don't mind if it's a friend and it's not often, but we used to go bowling weekly, several offices. It became a real problem for those just hanging. Yeah, listen, here's the thing. When you're doing this guest funded stuff, like LB said, if you wanted a guest coming, the name of the restaurant, pull it up so you know if you got to bail out or not before you even go. Like, oh, well, this restaurant is way out of my league. I can't go. Do that. But don't come there and then don't want to pay part of the bill or get mad when that bill comes back and it's high. Because, a lot of places, they just tag on. Matter of fact, when the parties, I want to say maybe 5-6 people are above, they automatically put the gratuity on it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's 4? Yeah. Yep. They automatically put it on there, and they do. I want to say 20% automatically. It's on. It's part of the bill, a point blank in the period. So you starting out with that right there, okay? And then you didn't even order anything yet. So you got to get your life together when you're coming to one of those. And my thing is, if you can't afford a birthday party, don't have one.
Hold on.
Yes.
They said there's somebody in the comments named Hello. She said, "I'll go and sit at another table."
I saw that.
Oh, hey, OB.
Yeah. No, OB didn't say that. Hello said it. She said she did say, yeah. Go sit at another table. It's a shame you have to go through all of that. And I'm telling you, it's only a certain select people. I noticed this one person every time they come here. It's drama around the bill. It's drama around the bill.
Come on, Diva. Tell it.
And it's like, why are you here? The last time, though, I told them straight up, Y'all won't catch me out here again like this. My girlfriend was at the end. She kept counting the money, because everybody said they passed down their money, right? I'm looking at her out the corner of my eye. She counted. She was like, this ain't adding up, right? She counted one more time. I said, girl, don't count no more. Don't count no more. The math is not mathing. Okay. And then the one person would say, well, I only had ba. And I told my girlfriend, because the restaurant we had went to that time, one of my very good friends that go there all the time have recommended it, and he know the people. And that's when I told my girlfriend, I texted her, I said, I ain't doing this up in this restaurant. Don't even worry about it. Whatever we short, I got it. Now, my other friend next to me, she ready to, two people who's ready to dig up in their purse to give the shortest. And I told them, no, I said, keep your money. It's all good, right? I said, keep your money. Keep your money. And I gave my girlfriend the money, right? Because these other two people too, they always digging up in their purse too. It's the same people that got to dig up. And my thing is, I'm okay if you tell me ahead of time I ain't got it. All right. So I know, like, I got you. But don't come there expecting me to have you. That's wrong.
Right.
But if you hit me up ahead of time, say, well, I want to go, girl, but I ain't, I'm be like, yo, come on, we good. I ain't mad at you. But you gonna let me get there and you just expecting because you think, you know, what my debit card has in it, you expecting I'm gonna pay because I done paid the last 5 times? No, that's wrong. We ain't doing that no more. I'm good. The Diva's done. Julius, what is your thoughts on this situation?
I mean, I have paid for people. Not gonna lie. But some folks, they just expect it. Like,
yes.
And I had experienced that as well. And, you know, sometimes I have worked out with the staff. I'm like, here, I have the main point of the bill. I may not have to change. I was at Olive Garden with someone who I don't talk to anymore, and this happened. And the server told me, don't worry about it. Even though the person was embarrassed, I'm like, well, you ain't digging in your pockets.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah, I ain't going out with that person no more. Robin, what are your thoughts?
Robin, don't do communal. But let me tell you the other thing. Don't go places where you know people and bring your people. Let me tell you. How about this time? I'm telling you, go back many years. You know, we have a famous restaurant, well, more famous now, but when it first opened, Carmine's, this Italian restaurant, the original on 90th and Broadway.
Okay.
And so we used to go there all the time. And so my goddaughter's mother was like, Auntie Robin, you know, let's go out. I want to go to Carmine's. So I was like, she said, it's my treat. And so, okay, so we go to Carmine's and it's her treat. And when I went there the next time, the maitre d', who I was very good friends with, he came at me. He was like, Robin, how'd that happen? I was like, what? You didn't leave a tip. A what? What? He said, you didn't leave a tip. And I was so embarrassed. And the thing is, you know, they pull their tips. So I couldn't even like make up for it. But you know, I cursed my friend out. The worst thing. So y'all also got to be mindful of that kind of stuff. Yeah, but.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the word tips, right? Because I'm very generous, because it's not like every day I'm going out. It ain't about me just throwing around money like that. It's not every night I'm at somebody's restaurant, I got to give some tip out, right? But when I do go out, I'm going to tip the person, okay? And we're going to give a nice, generous tip, especially if the party's large or whatever the case may be, okay? In my family, we tip, okay? And when people want to skip on the tip, that's another thing. So, you know, where there's a bill where, you know, maybe the tip is included, or maybe there's a bill where the tip is not included, you still do a generous tip. There was one time we went out, the tip was included in the bill, but, you know, I was like, oh my God, this person just really did so right by us. I wanted to add extra money. Some of the people darn near fell off their seat. Well, you going to do it then. That's how you live in. You so bougie, you so this. I'm like, it's not even like like that. It's just that
The
this
service.
was a good person, and they stayed on. Like, you thought you wanted something, and that person was there, but not in an annoying way. Do you know what I mean? Like, you finished something, this was going. You wanted more of this, they got it for you. Like, that person was just on point. And it was like 10 of us. And I just was like, oh, we should throw in something extra. Girl, bye. It was just team too much. And after I paid the bill, now that particular time, after I paid the bill, the people that rolled with me, I said, we out. We out. They said, you serious? I said, oh, I'm dead serious. Let's go. I'm done. I ain't saying bye to none of them. I said bye to none of them. I was pissed. Okay. I was pissed. And I was walking out. I gave the girl an extra tip. And I said, we got to go. I can't deal with these people. It was just a whole hot mess. Go ahead. Who wanted to say something?
Now I'm starting to say to people who invite me out, I'm asking about who's on the guest list.
Yeah, that part.
Please, yeah. Can you please, let me know?
Oh, yes, girl.
On the guest list.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Shan. But LB, ain't it a shame, though?
Hey, E.
Yes,
Hey, Auntie Robin.
You are right. You got to be like, who on the list?
Yeah, because I'm like a leprechaun when it comes to my money. Don't mess with me, coins. I need all me coins. My son master program taking all my coins.
Lady Diva, did you change the time of your live? Like you, because I usually look for you at 8 o'clock. So I came on the YouTube streets and I was like, Diva is live.
I did it's Saturday. I did it impromptu. Tonight I think Love and Marriage Huntsville's coming on. So I just came in a little bit earlier.
Yeah, lies and trickery.
Yes. Oh, and listen, Wednesday, the Tylers are coming in the building, so I'll be interviewing them. So we're actually, Shan, about to close out. We was just talking about guest-funded birthday parties and events where you invite the people, but everybody got to pay their own bill. Do not like them. We was talking about, people that don't want to give a tip. I can't go out with people like that. And, we just talked about this bride. We talked about other things, but I'm giving you our last story. We talked about this bride that she was upset that some of the guests were leaving early and she asked them to stay late. So mostly everybody was like, she's a bridezilla. What are your thoughts?
I can leave when I want because I'm gonna pay my own way. So whoever that is, no. You can't put a time on when people want to go home, Some people, they had their food, their drinks, they have the itis, they're ready to go, the party's over, whatever, they gotta wake up early. There's many reasons. And I don't like people like that who does like the whole birthday funded situation. I'm sorry. I'm willing to support, but if you can't afford it and you're just doing it to be funded by the people, I'm looking at you a little bit like sideways.
That part.
I remember one time one of my coworkers was getting a new job, so we all went out. They picked this steakhouse. And at the end of the night, I only had a salad and a martini. And my bill was, we all split it. It was like 10 of us. It was this fancy steakhouse in Manhattan, yada, yada, yada. It was $160 we each had to pay. I was mad as hell. I had a salad and a martini, but I didn't show it. I paid it. I had the money, whatever. But I was thinking like this.
But see, you know what? That's the beast of going out like that in groups, right? It's customary, I'm not Miss Manners, I'm not Martha Stewart, but to me it's customary when you go out. Let's just say you're going out on a regular group event, like a little outing. It's not anybody's birthday, y'all just all eating out together. I'm gonna take the hit because I don't drink. I'm gonna take the hit. If the bill comes back $800, it's 8 of us. You got my 100. I really could care less.
Yeah, just to be clear, I didn't say nothing. We were just celebrating her moving to the ER or whatever. I didn't say nothing at all. But in my mind, I was thinking, damn, everybody had steak. I would have had some steak, But I just, I paid it. I was like, oh, congratulations. Like, I'm not gonna spoil the party. I'm never
right. You're gonna take the hit. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about when somebody invites you, like, oh, now this one chick said it was her birthday dinner, but didn't tell the people ahead of time that they had to pay for their own meal. That's messy. That's messy because now the people are getting caught out there. Because when you growing up, if you hear birthday party, I've never been to a birthday party when you was growing up where you were responsible to pay. If your birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, you come to Chuck E. Cheese and ain't nobody paying for nothing. You just giving the gift. Okay. So if you're going to do a party and people are expected to pay their own way, you need to make that clear in your invite. I think it's very unfair for the people to find out once they arrive, because that's messed up. Wait,
Some
somebody.
people have like 5 martini and the appetizer and the dessert, and me, I have a small appetite. I'm like petite. So but you know what? Like, I'm willing to spend any money on experiences, you know?
Right.
So it's fine, but I get what you're saying 100%.
Yeah, you gotta let the people know. Derby Diva, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because I'm not giving the event at the place of my choice and then expect people to pay the money to be like, that's just messy. Diva, sorry. I'm gonna tell them before we go, order a lot, you paying for it. I'm not. Listen, but usually, let me tell you something. To me, it shouldn't be just anybody coming to your birthday event, right? So it should be people that you know and that you're used to, and it shouldn't something crazy shouldn't happen. But if you're the type of person that want to do these guest funded things, then you need to get the rules right, and you need to let people know ahead of time. And you can't pick Ruth Chris, you know, the steakhouse, and you know that everybody in your party doesn't even have that type of money in their pocket. You're wrong for that, right? And so I also have one friend. He's a male friend. So all of our birthdays in March. So I got 3 friends that we've been friends for over 20 years. This is one pocket of my friend, and all of our birthdays are in March. But 2 of the people in the group, their birthday is literally on the same exact day. So for maybe a 10-year period, we always just went to his event, and then somewhere in the mix, like I'm the one that has to choose, am I going to his event or her event? But it's my girlfriend, and it's my son's godmother, so of course I got to go to her event. But let me tell you, his events are an extravaganza. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a picture from the last one I went to, the last couple I went to. When you go to his event, you getting dinner, you getting a show, you getting a what do you call it, a favor. One time I got a $25 gift card to some online store, and I got a cupcake in the box to go. When this one right here, when he throw his birthday party, it's a whole experience.
Oh, let me I got family in Jersey. Call me. Let me know so I
can. Child. I'll say his first name, honey. Kevin Events is all that. So usually I go with my one girlfriend that's in the group, but her daughter plays volleyball, right? So a lot, like over the last few years, 4 years, because her daughter's in high school, because her daughter and my son graduating the same time, right? But anyway, she wasn't able to go because, you know, a lot of volleyball tournaments was happening around that time. So I brought my other girlfriend as my +1. Child, my girlfriend did not want to leave. She was like, Kevin, this is my number. Let me know when your next event was. So I missed his event this year because my girlfriend's name was on the same day. But he just knows how, when he gives an event, I mean, it's just an unforgettable night. So we saw the last year, I think it was right before COVID. I gotta remember the date. We saw a show in the Jazz Center in New York. We had dinner in what's that, Columbus Circle building, Robin. We had dinner in a restaurant in that building right there. And I want to say the Jazz Center or whatever is in that same building, if you know what I'm talking about.
Lincoln Center.
The Lincoln Center. Thank you. I couldn't. So we went to a show in the Lincoln Center. We had a dinner at a restaurant in the Lincoln Center, and we got all kinds of goodies. We left there. It was almost like a darn celebrity party, and we had a ball. So I'm used to stuff like that, and I'm not saying someone has to be balling out of control like that. But even on smaller scale with my friends, when I show up for the dinner party, I just got to be responsible for bringing their gift, not bring a gift, paying $200 to eat. That's just insane. I don't do those, but that's just me. But anybody else before we close out?
Well, when you do your evening with Diva, Can I get the invite as well too? And can you send me an email with where you got your frames from? Because you're looking really good, Diva. I love those frames.
Yeah, we were talking about it on the side chat. You see what I said?
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Wendy Williams said, "How you doing up in this?"
Well, listen. Thank the guy in Lens Crafter. I went to Lens Crafter last Saturday, and I was determined. And Robin reminded me of the talk show host name, Sally Jesse Raphael. I was determined to get a pair of red glasses. I mean, I was trying on everything red and close to red in the store. He was like, that's not it. I was like, well, you know, black is my favorite color. And when I tried on these and I tried on a lot of different other black ones, he was like, no, those are it. I said, listen, you better do me right, because I'm going to tell the people on my podcast that you picked these out. So I'm glad y'all like them, but I do love
And it's perfect for hot girl summer.
Yes, it is perfect.
She's not a girl. It's hot woman roll. Because we roll. Hot women roll, baby.
Hot women roll. Wait, Diva, you gave from the kindness of your heart, and that's why you are blessed. Lesson learned. Yeah. Listen, you know what? Thank you guys regarding the glasses. Yeah, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind. I love to celebrate with people, but my thing is, don't do people dirty. Don't count somebody's money. It's just not right, and it's not fair. And listen, this now, my one girlfriend, sometimes she'd be like, "Oh, we're going on vacation together this year." Like, and we went every year together before the pandemic, right? But there was a couple places she went to Africa, she went here, and she was like, "You coming?" I said, "Girl, okay, I'm not coming to Africa starving. Let me see your pictures." So my thing is, you also got to know your lane. Right?
Hello. Come on now, Diva.
Come on, right, LB? If someone is going somewhere where I know my pockets can't go, I'm not going to even try to go there. I'll be like, girl, I'll see y'all next time. Send me them pictures. I'm happy for y'all. Now, my one girlfriend, because that's my girl for over 20 years, you know, she'll be like, just come. Like, sometimes I go, whatever. But you understand what I mean? If somebody says just come, that's one thing. But if I would have just go and be expecting somebody to pay my bill, that's a whole nother ball game. And that's where things get wrong and it's not right, right? But if I tell you I got you, because I have girlfriends, I'll be like, girl, don't even worry about it. I got you, right? But I know ahead of time that I already told this person I got him. But for somebody to be sitting at that table thinking, oh, Diva just got him, that's messed up.
Yeah, because I went to Dubai like right before the pandemic.
A
lot of my other friends that I went to medical school with, they just went like in December. Okay. And I said, I got to CTC my son's school. They said, what? I said, I got to cut the check for his school. I can't cut the check again for Dubai. I said, so goodbye. I see y'all when I see y'all. You know, I explained to them, I've already been. Right. You know, I'm trying to experience new things. Now, if it was somewhere that I haven't gone before, then I would have been like, okay, you know what? Let me dip on into this other account real quick. Right. You know, let me go ahead, dip on in and see what I got. But no, I'm not finna pull out no bag for no magic on something I've already done. And I know what lane I'm in. And that means when his tuition due is due. You know, because your son in the private school, when the tuition is due, is due. You can't you can't give them no excuse, you know.
No. They want their money. They want their money. And he graduating this year.
Oh yeah, yay!
Exactly. Yes. And so we going to Stevens Institute of Technology. That's where we going. We going to Stevens Institute.
No, that's where you want to go or where he wants to go.
No, that's where he got in. He got
in. And tell LB what schools he passed up. Diva.
I hope not my son's school, was it?
Princeton, maybe?
No, Princeton. He didn't get in Princeton.
I'm telling you to brag. I'm trying to get you to say he's trying
to. What LB? What school did your son?
University of Southern California.
Oh, you did tell me that. Yeah,
but you tell your son my son applied for Harvard and he didn't get in either.
Okay, listen. But LB, I told him, not because I don't want him to grow, but because I told him, like, it's just me. Like, I didn't want him to go too far, because I'm like, then we got to add that onto the course. Me getting you there, me bringing you back, me this, me that, me whatever. But he's happy with Steven, so I'm happy too.
Well, I'm glad that he found the spot that he likes and stuff, because that's important when they find a school that they very much interested in, and they find a connection. Then that means that they'll, they'll do everything that they have to do to succeed. But you are so correct, because that out-of-state fee was killing a sister. I was paying $62,000 just for out-of-state fees.
Yep.
Then my son, Diva, he's the booze kid, right? Oh, mama, I done broke out in hives. They talking about over here roommates. I can't do that here. So you gonna have to, mama, you gonna have to go in that bag and get me a small apartment.
Oh my God!
Garage
in California.
It looked like a garage in California. It was 1 bedroom, 1 bath, very small, 600 square feet, and the rent was what, $3,700 a month.
Yeah. And I thought New York was expensive.
No, California is very expensive. And then how their water bill goes. When I tell you, I was doing double shifts. I told I had a running joke saying I'm doing double shifts and I needed double men. You see what I'm saying? I was so happy when he graduated. Woo! You just don't know. Then I said, well, just take a break for your math. No, Mom, I didn't apply and I got into this school. And I'm like, oh God. 2 more years of this crap. So yeah.
You be happy when it's over. But you know what?
One more year left. Just one more. So
that's not bad. It's a blessing. But yeah, I told my son, that's it. Mama put you in that school and she running the streets. Okay.
Right?
What did you say it was? Woman roll. Summer? What did you say?
Roll. Grown women roll.
Roll like ROLL?
Yeah, grown women, we roll.
Grown women
okay, roll. Well, I'm about to roll. Hey, boy, here before we close out. What's up?
Hey, y'all. What y'all talking about?
Hey,
well, we talked about so much. I mean, there's these Texas parents where the baby was snatched from them because the baby had jaundice and the parents wanted to take care of it at home. It was a whole hot mess. You're gonna have to look back, but we're gonna imagine Madonna wants her old face back. I don't talk about it so much. She want her old face back. But the last thing we talked about, there was a bride. She was mad that the people was leaving the reception early, and everybody called her a bridezilla. And then we talked about guest funded birthday parties and how that's just tragic.
I mean, it's my birthday, so you should pay to come to my birthday and celebrate me. What are you talking about? Like, I'm gonna pay my way, so you pay your way. I mean, it's my birthday. You want me to pay for you to come and celebrate me? If you really love me, you're gonna come and celebrate me, and you're gonna pay to come celebrate me, just like I'm gonna pay to come celebrate you. What kind of trash is this?
The train has derailed.
Of course.
You want me to pay for you to come and celebrate me? Where is the love?
Yeah, I think this is a generational thing for sure.
Where's the love? Where's the love?
So Roy, I don't know when the memo dropped, but I missed the memo apparently. But from my generation, our generation, we did not do guest funded birthday parties. Like,
okay, explain to me what a guest funded birthday party is. What is that?
That means that I call you, Roy, and say, hey, it's my birthday. Come celebrate with me at such and such steakhouse, and everybody's paying their own way. That's a guest funded birthday party.
Well, that's what happened on my birthday party this past weekend or the other weekend. I came and they paid for me, and everybody else paid for themselves. What are we talking about?
Well, that's the way. That's not guest funded.
That's a little different because you didn't throw that yourself. Your friends
Right.
decided to get together. That I can get with, right?
Oh,
Right.
okay,
Friends
okay.
decided to get together and like celebrate you. And yes, I have been to that again, but I knew ahead of time. Like I got
Yeah.
a back text saying, you know, so and so's not in this text. We want to just surprise them and have dinner XYZ. Are y'all all in? And we'll only all have to give up an extra $20 for the birthday person's meal. That's a whole different thing.
I think you're more saying like if I want to go to the Bahamas, right? And I'm like, oh, Auntie Robin, we're here, Diva, let's go to the Bahamas. You know, and I'm like expecting, okay, I want to go to Bahamas. I'm not like getting your input, right? And I expect y'all to pay for the hotel. We paid for it together, but I know I can't afford the Bahamas. But we're here thing, I don't think that's really
what I'm
like,
more wait, hold on, Shan. What I'm more
Mhm.
talking about is the actual birthday person themselves. So
Mm.
it is my birthday, and I send out invites and everything to such and such steakhouse. Come to my birthday party. When you hear party, you're not expecting to pay your bill at the restaurant, but then you get there, and you got to pay your own bill plus chip in to pay mine. That is what is called. So you get the catch your education, people. If y'all don't know what it is,
Come
that
on,
is
educate
called-
the people.
Come on, that is called a guest funded birthday party. Who does that? Where do they do that at? And we don't do that.
Oh no, I'm not gonna expect you to pay for me, but I expect you to pay for you.
Right.
He don't get it.
No, that's why I said it's
like if I'm hosting a party at my
Yeah.
house or something like that, okay. Like I will fund it, yes, because I invited you to my home to have a party. But if
Yes.
we're going out to have dinner or something, like no, I'm not paying for you. Like no, this is.
No,
I guess because if I
you
look at
almost
it,
have
it's
it,
not like
Lawyer.
mandatory for you to come. I'm inviting you to come, like, but you don't have to come if you come, like, you know.
No, Ray, you. There's one piece of this that you're missing. The one piece is that you're missing as you done sent out invitations to everybody saying, "Come to my birthday party at Diva Steakhouse," right? And then when we get there, we gotta pay for our own meal.
It's like you don't expect to pay at a wedding. I never expect
That
to pay
part.
anything
Thank
at
you,
a
Shan.
wedding. So it's like that.
Thank
If you
you,
go into
Shan.
a wedding, you expect you're just gonna go look nice, bring a gift. That's
Okay.
it. You don't expect you're gonna buy the food at the wedding.
Right.
So we're talking about formal invitation. Cause I'm talking about like I call you, be like, hey Diva, like let's go out. I'm going out for my dinner. Like, if you wanna come, you can come. Like, to me, I'm not expecting to pay
But
for
that's
you.
another
Like,
part of etiquette. When you calling someone and you are inviting them,
yep,
that
come on
bill
now.
is on you. That is etiquette. That's etiquette. So if I call all y'all and say, hey, you know what, I'm doing this at such and such a time, are you eligible to come? That is on me. That is etiquette. Because you're giving an invite.
yeah, it's our generation. Cause like no. If I offer to pay for you, then okay. But no, don't walk into this expecting to be paid for.
Let me make a quick comment to Bedside BK. She stated, LB is too wealthy for the channel. No, honey. I am the hardest working sister on this channel besides Miss Diva, okay?
Period.
And my thing is,
and me and Auntie Robin.
Hey.
I work harder than hard. I think I got James Brown and blood in my body because I'm the hardest working sister around.
You know what? I didn't even notice what that said.
Yeah. If I work hard, I'm gonna play harder, honey.
Yes.
Yes.
People don't know. I feel like I'm a circus person. I have to deal with people every day. If you would know my profession, I am a doctor. So therefore, I have to deal with all types of walk of life. Yeah. They don't even pay me what I should be getting paid. Okay.
I believe that. You know. She said LB. She said she think it was a compliment. Yes, saying like you.
Okay.
Not yes. Not like you too. Yeah, I think it was a compliment too. Yeah, but you know what though, I always I appreciate, like, listen, I love to be surrounded by honey, because that means that, you know, my rise is coming up too. Okay.
It's inspirational.
Listen, inspirational. All my friends got cash for days. I love it though. But like I said, I do know when I can't go somewhere too. I'll be like, child,
right. I know my limits.
Yeah, I see y'all the next round. But we're gonna close out with this. This is a quick question I want to ask. This is a quick question I want to say. You're dating. Okay, you're dating. How are we doing these? How are we doing these dates in these bills? That's how we're closing out. We're dating. How we doing these dates?
We're dating. He's paying. Period.
All right, Sam, period. That's it. Royer, how we doing these datings?
It's
okay, can I add
different.
one thing real quick?
Yes.
So when me and my boyfriend started dating, he would pay for all the dates. But now we've been in a relationship for 3 years. I pay sometimes. You know, sometimes I treat him.
Right.
But if we're just getting to know each other, you're supposed to pay. Sorry. Bed-Stuy BK.
Bed-Stuy BK, stop it. But Royer, go ahead. You said it depends. Go ahead, talk to me.
Well, I'm just gonna say I take care of myself, so you know I don't. If you ask me to go out, you know, anytime I go out, I have the expectation to cover myself because I mean I'm always gonna take care of myself. I mean, if I ask you out on a date, yes, I will definitely cover it, like, cause I asked you out on a date. But if someone asks me, I'm not expecting that, you know, and I'm an independent woman, so period.
Period. Okay. LB.
But why spend yours when you can spend his?
Staying in my lane. So I try to date within my
I got you. I'm following you.
You know, so if I end up rolling with someone that's not of my stature, I'll pick up the bill. You know, I'm cool with that.
Right.
However, nevertheless, I stay within my lane.
But I think she's talking about newly dating, right?
No. You're fine. No, LB, I'm connecting with you because let me just say this. And we may have to do a whole nother live on this, but let me just say this. I found that when you don't stay in your lane when it comes to dating, and I'm trying to be sensitive here. I'm not trying to get on.
Don't be sensitive. Say what it is. Let it be what it is.
Just let it be what it is. Okay, I'm gonna let it be what it is. When you date somebody that don't have the money you have, whether you have $1 and they have $5, or you have $5 and they have $1, it a lot of times I find with men it becomes a little problematic.
It does.
Come on, LB. It becomes a little problematic. So I cannot and I will not dumb myself down because I got $5 and you got $1. So now I have learned that we gotta both at least have $5 and you gotta have $4.99 and I got $5, or we can't date. Because then you're gonna question everything I do, how I do it, how I move, and I ain't got time for all of that. So
Michelle Obama told us best: when they go low, we go high.
That part.
I ain't going low for nobody. Because I like to fly with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see what Candace say. I gotta stay above the haters.
I gotta fly above all the haters. I fly above.
I have to stay above the income bracket because my thing is this: when you at a table with a person that has the same etiquette as you, the same tax bracket as you, conversation, the ambiance of the restaurant matches what you inquire.
I agree.
So therefore, hey, I've dated underneath my bracket before, and I found out that for that 1 month, my CPA was calling me, was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" You know, because I was the one that was spending, he couldn't spend, and then that's when they said, you know what, a person has said this to me: love do cost, like this person do cost. So either you're gonna be the payee or you gonna roll with the payer. I said, well, they was like, because you was married to the payer. So
how can you go down after that?
Yeah. So, you know, I told the person, let's be friends, you know, call me and check on me, but first us going somewhere, I'm good.
That part. I agree with you. Adrian said a date he pays, French sewn Dutch. I like this, Adrian. I love it. but I'll tip after a few days. Come on, Adrian, you my type of chick right there. But
Boom, I agree with that too.
Yeah, but we go where you can afford. When you can afford. Come on, Adrian. You my type of chick, and I ain't mad at you, okay? I love it. And that's my philosophy right there, okay? Because if you can't afford me now, you won't be able to afford me later. So why go through this and give both of us a headache? Because I am who I am, okay? But I'm telling you, people out there, this is just my high-level experience. You can't, as a female, date somebody that's under you, because a lot of them, it's a problem for them even when they say it's not. Okay, one person wanted to know how I was spending, why I was spending this, that, and the other, and it gave me an absolute headache. And I said, I'm good. Why? Because you know what? You know what? If I told that person, have I ever asked you to pay my mortgage? I said I got 5 questions for you. Did I ever ask you to pay my mortgage? No. Did I ever ask you for money? No. Did you ever hear me complain about money? No. Okay. Did I ask you for my car note, gas money, cell phone bill money? No. So don't be checking on my money. And the minute I come to you and maybe say, well, listen, I'm trouble, I can't pay my mortgage, then maybe you could go ahead and give me a counseling session on
I don't even want one then. I want the check. CTC, cut the check, or I'm cutting you. Something gonna have to be cut. But I'm not coming to nobody to afford my lifestyle, because I got me. I got me and my kid.
That part.
I just don't like it when a person, like you say, Diva, when you go down and then you're inviting them to your house and they checking out everything, and they like, okay, well, what's up? What you mean, what's up?
That part.
No, we don't. No, like I told that one person when he asked about my finances, I was like, I had got a headache, and I said, let me explain something to you. Only time I'm going in my credit, my finances, if we going to the altar. And last time I checked, I ain't finna marry nobody no more.
Oh,
I had to go get her on that. No more.
Not more. No more. No
You
more.
done.
No
You see
more.
what I'm saying?
Yes, you done. I ain't mad at you. Juanita, it's nice to see you. Hey, girlfriend.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
late to
girl.
the building. The train is about to pull into the last stop. What's going on? What do you want to add?
Oh, I just popped in, child. I've been doing college tours today, so I
Nice.
just got so I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Well,
I just saw that you were. I saw you was on, and I said, "Oh, let me see what I can catch."
Oh, listen, don't worry, Juanita. It's always a pleasure to see you. We love you here.
Thank you.
Everybody.
I love being here.
Yes, I had a great Saturday conversation. We're going to do final words in under 60 seconds because we're about to close this thing out. Roy, what's your final words? Any tips you want to give the people as the final words for today?
My final words is shout out to Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below, become a member. Y'all know what to do. Mash all them buttons. Also, I want to shout out to the Tennessee 3. If you do not know what's going on, shout out to the Tennessee 3. We gotta wake up, we gotta smell the coffee, and we gotta see what the people are doing, because it's right under our noses. And Tennessee is not the only place that is happening. So make sure you know what's going on in your state. And then happy Easter to everybody. Tomorrow is Easter, so get up. If you're a believer, find a church to go to. Praise the risen Savior, the risen King.
Yes.
And y'all, peace and love.
We love you too, Roy. I miss you.
Yes, I forgot. Happy Easter. Shan, what's your final words?
My boyfriend's laughing. My final words are know your means, live within your means, and happy Easter. Thank you for having me. Choo choo choo, hit the like button, all of that.
Thank you. That's right. You said know your means and live within your means. Well, holla. Juanita, I know you wasn't here, but you got some final words for the people.
Well, I just want to say happy Resurrection Day, and I hope everyone enjoy family and have a great time, and y'all know Love and Marriage Huntsville come on tonight, so I gotta hurry up and get off so I can get on to that so that I can get with y'all next week.
That part right there. Thank you, Juanita. LB, what's your final words?
Oh, I got a couple of them. Know your lane, stay in your lane,
Uh-huh.
protect your lane, stay blessed and not stressed.
Ooh, I
All right,
love
that's
it.
good. I like
Stay
that.
blessed and not stressed. Okay,
I
come
like
on
that.
now. Okay. All right. Wait, something that best IBK, so you playing questions for the first date? Your credit score, your blood
Yo,
pressure,
I think
your
he's just
criminal
trolling,
record,
you know.
and where do you find dine? That's the questions on the first date. Good gosh.
I think he's trolling.
Well, what lane you rolling in, best IBK?
Now you gonna put a blood pressure cuff on me to make sure I'm healthy? Get out of here, best IBK. I love you though. Thanks for being here. Auntie Robin, what is your final words?
My final words for tonight are: embrace the aging process.
Yes.
Know that to grow older, if you get a couple of wrinkles, it doesn't matter because you get that extra bit of time on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I encourage everyone to do.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out on dates,
Mm-hmm.
make certain that, if you're invited out,
Mm-hmm.
that person will pay.
Uh-huh.
But always have that money tucked away for yourself in case you gotta for any reason pay.
Yes.
If it's because the other person is jacked up and they don't have it in their pocket, or because you sitting across from them and they start talking funky or inappropriate, and you're like, you know what? Let me pay you my money and never see you again.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened.
That part.
And the last thing I will say is, as we depart, I know a lot of us are going to be watching the Love and Marriage Huntsville. My hope is that when we watch it, we remember that it is a reality TV show that is really probably reality based, highly edited, and let us not be so quick to be polarized and take teams and find ways to find the enjoyment, learn lessons, and just be open, receptive, and not mean and nasty when we come to review it next week. And last, happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Go ahead, LB.
If anybody get a chance to go out to Melody's event, her woman's workshop thing, you should get out a chance to go. I actually went to her event in Rockford, Illinois on March 31st. It was awesome. She is really awesome. So yeah, I had a really good time. So, people that want to learn business, entrepreneurship, I suggest you all go to follow her. It was really good. I got invited by a group.
That's good to hear.
Good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Oh, they say Increased Matter says meet in the daytime and not at nighttime, especially when you're meeting someone new. Maybe we have to have a whole dating show. But I'll just say this. My final words are: don't invite the diva to guest funded anything. All right. Listen,
no birthday parties, no nothing, Diva.
Nothing, okay? I'm not coming. I had enough of them in my lifetime. But listen, guys, thanks for being here. Love and Marriage Huntsville is on tonight. Love and Marriage DC, the Tylers will be with me and the Great Tribe next Wednesday. Or is it Thursday or Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday. Thank you, Auntie Robin. Next Wednesday. Hope to see you there. Listen, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your holiday because they said he got up. He got
subscribe,
up.
subscribe.
Yes, it's subscribe. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. Bye.
All right, good night. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Juanita.